Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? It's Arkel. Stay humble, and we here just reacting to another time. Well, to the first time actually, a Tommy G video. Like, it's unique, it's authentic, and it's unique. And you know, you just gotta give some people their flowers. You know, because not many are happy for him, and definitely happy that he's made a lot of success doing this. You know, starting off as a small creator, and it just, you know, blew up in 2024 even more. But hey, definitely I know this is going to be a nice treat for us. Hopefully you all stick through with this video with me. I'm not going to get too much into it. Thank you all for watching again. Stay tuned and let's lock into this.
Massive Chinese hack into phone systems right here in the U.S.
New details tonight on what's being called one of the worst cyber hacks in history, with federal officials revealing they've been investigating China for months.
U.S. officials today went public with
I
new
didn't know
details
nothing about
about a
that.
massive and ongoing Chinese hack of multiple U.S. telecom companies.
Tommy G was hacked by Ryan Montgomery.
What the?
What?
I'll do it again. Watch. What's the email you use to sign up for the most things?
Whoa!
Yeah, we're not showing that one. Yeah.
You can buy an organ online.
That's crazy. I don't know. It's just best to just have things on a piece of paper than to have it on your phone at this point and saying that it's in a secure folder, or, you know, this dude just really got into his stuff like that just because he has a system for it. That's crazy. I know I'm stopping early, but you know, I just had to. That's crazy.
I mean, essentially, yeah. I got this text message from my friend's wife. It was a website that was on the clear web, and it was talking about people that were, you know, really interested in children in a horrible way. So I started to take things into my own hands.
Hackers are these sort of cyber gangsters out there armed not with a Glock, but with a computer. And with just a keyboard, they have the power to do things like take your social security number, crash the websites of major companies, leak state secrets, and spy on you. When hackers engage in cyber warfare, that is, when one nation's hackers attack an enemy government, the damage can be catastrophic. For example, in 2023, it was revealed in a secret White House meeting that Chinese hackers had gained the ability to shut down dozens of US ports, power grids, and other infrastructure targets. With that type of power, hackers might be the single greatest threat to our national security.
All I know is the more technology there is, it's just getting easier for people to do things and to steal information from us. Even worse, the higher the technology advances, the higher these hackers and criminals are going to expand their business and branch off into different tactic. Hey, the sky's the limit for them in this at this point. In their eyes. Not saying I'm endorsing it. It's just wild to me.
Today, we sit down with America's top hacker,
Bitcoin.
Ryan Montgomery, a man you may have seen on podcasts like The Sean Ryan Show or Valuetainment. He's ranked #1 on hacker leaderboard Try Hack Me, and he uses his skills to ethically hack and help bust international sex trafficking rings. Today, he shows us his powers in action. Let's get right into it. Today we meet with one of the most potentially dangerous people we've ever met with. A hacker.
Is that really?
It kind of sounds unlikely that they could be dangerous, but these guys have the power to topple nation states by leaking information or exposing government secrets. They have the power
to wipe out all your money clean. All that you worked for decades, for weeks, hours, in a blink of an eye. All the hard work that you've put in whatever position you have, can in the snap of a finger all be gone. If they just have a bad day, they can blow out your internet every time you get a fresh new router. As long as they have some little piece of information on how to hack into it, it's quiet. Just don't give them a reason to.
Take your information.
Or some don't even have a reason.
Money. if they want to be diabolical, a hacker is a very powerful person. So anyways, we're pulling up. I have some bad news for you.
Yeah?
I already got into your mainframe and I have everything.
Take it all.
How are you? What is a hacker?
A hacker, so my explanation of a hacker is somebody that has the ability to think in a way where they're looking at a device or they're looking at an object and they don't look at it for what its capabilities are out of the box or what people may interpret it to do. They're going to try to modify it to do something that it wasn't originally designed to do. I think it's more of a mentality. I think that you are like a YouTube hacker. In my brain, I think that if you found a way that a thumbnail works in a specific case, or a title works, or maybe you switch the title every 3 days and that ramps up your views, that's hacking. You're using a system that's not designed to work that way, and you're abusing the system for your benefit. This thing is pretty dope right here.
Yeah.
That's a most air guns will leak air if you leave air in them. Well,
That's
this
an air
thing, you
gun.
pop a CO2 cartridge in it. Oh shoot! These balls in there.
What are they called? The pellets, like this.
What would you rather prefer, paintball or air guns? Let me know in the comments.
Pepper spray pellets?
Yeah, but these have pepper spray and tear gas. I'm not like a defense type of guy, but I definitely like to have some stuff ready.
So you've been publicly known as a hacker. Did you ever get targeted yourself by other hackers?
Yes. So basically, I became the administrator of a forum called Digital Gangster, and a guy didn't like that. His name was Zyrix. He didn't like that I became the administrator, and he used an IP relay service to reach out to my local police department when I lived in Pennsylvania, said that I had bombs strapped to the windows, I had people tied up in chairs, people dead, all kinds of horrible things. I remember the exact number. 86 police officers showed up at my house, SWAT team, everybody was there. So I was at serious risk of being shot or someone.
What? Imagine being another hacker that can do the same qualities and you're only mad at them because they're more exposed and they're winning. I'm telling you, when people are envious and jealous of you, it don't matter. It don't matter what position you have. As long as someone doesn't like you happy because they're not in your shoes, they would go through extreme measures just to make you look bad or to tarnish your name and spill out stuff that is not true, just so that they can get one up on you or try to get ahead of you. It's ridiculous.
My family being shot, and one of the cops there knew me, so he ran into the house first and was like, "Ryan, is everything okay?" And I'm like, yeah, everything's good. What do you mean? Because I didn't know this was coming. I had no idea. They did catch the one guy after one dude was murdered. I could bring him up. He was calling in bomb threats and SWATs, and he was doing it as a service for people that he didn't know. But you want to see his face? Yeah, serial swatter Tyler Barris sentenced to 20 years for death of Kansas man shot by police. That's a SWAT face if I've ever seen one.
My brother had a little bit of a similar origin story to you, as far as he was about 9 years old, 10 years old, got a computer, and he would just be in his room, like taking it apart, fixing it.
Yeah.
Then he started doing low-level hacks. Like I would just go into his room and he'd be like looking through security cameras of different, I don't even know where, like just finding ways into that. He was an early adopter of.
And that's why to this day, my camera, best believe it's not connected to no HDMI where people can even tap into the camera of my DSLR and try to watch me when I'm doing my room. All of them on my phone, put to the side. Certain conversations, put the phone away. Don't call me and talk to me on the phone about certain things. I don't need it, because people would do anything to get you in trouble. And I'm not finna be one of those people, by the grace of God.
The Silk Road,
Oh, really?
For those of you that don't know, you'd be amazed at what people are selling on the online black markets. Organs, drugs, weapons, and more. One of the early and most famous online black markets was called the Silk Road. It started in 2011 by a man named Ulbricht, and he created the site on the premise of individual freedom and voluntary exchange. About 70% of what was sold on the site were drugs like mushrooms, DMT, and marijuana, but the Silk Road also offered things like fake IDs and forged artwork. I myself partook in the herbs shipped to my house that a family member purchased on the site using Bitcoin. Eventually, Ross was caught by the FBI and handed a controversial sentence of double life plus 40 years, a sentence typically reserved for a serial killer or a mafia boss. Additionally, the Fed seized over $1 billion of Bitcoin. Libertarians and other advocates of individual freedom hope Trump will pardon Ross during his second term. But as it stands now, he has spent nearly 10 years in the United States Penitentiary in Tucson, Arizona. He told me about Bitcoin when it was like...
I'll bet that the knowledge that this gentleman has, they're using it for their benefit. I guarantee you he's not just sitting in a cell all day. When police are desperate, when the FBI is desperate, when the government is desperate, they will go low, just so that somebody can tell them how to find that person. And you would think that they would do it to lower their sentence, but hey, if your life is threatening, some people, would rather live than get murdered, And I know he's found a lot of things that the government has been doing and a lot of secrets. I bet you he got dirt on Epstein and all the rest. I bet you he does. And they don't want him to put that information out or leak it to the public, trying to protect themselves. So they not letting him get out, man. And if they do, he's bound to something.
$12 a coin.
Okay, all right. So 2013.
Let me try to stop pausing a little bit. Let me try to stop pausing. Let me just watch it out.
In there as long as that, about 2012, maybe 2011, but 2012.
Oh, and speak of the devil.
Yeah, I have one tattooed on me. I mean,
do you think it actually is the currency of the future from a hacker's perspective?
I genuinely believe it's a currency of the future for many reasons. I mean, you see what the politicians are saying, or one of the major ones is saying about it being the new gold, basically, like the new foundation of our currency.
What can a hacker do to take your information or to take your money?
If I was on the bad side right now, if I was a black hat hacker, the first thing that I would do is go to that recent data breach. It was called the National Public Data Breach, which had roughly 3 billion rows of data in it. There's only 300 million Americans, and I would be using that database to get your social, all your previous addresses. I'd start to find your family members based on the information in that database. Apply for some credit cards, try to get some products online, maybe use some finance companies online to buy some products, ship them to a virtual address, like a burner address. That's where I would start.
Before we go any further, I gotta let you know about some
quick thing too. He pretty much said everything perfect, so there's no need for me to really get into that. But for those who have done Uber Eats, DoorDash, Instacart, you run across a couple scammers on those platforms. You run across a few burner addresses where nobody's there and it's an abandoned house. Tell me if I'm lying, or share with me your experience.
Very special. Ryan is offering for everyone that watches this video. He owns a company called Pentester, and it's a best-in-class cybersecurity service. One of the things he does is erase your digital footprint. Remember, just recently in the news, there was a data breach of nearly 3 billion people. Chances are your shit is leaked. And getting Ryan to help you with cybersecurity is like getting Tiger Woods to help you with golf. It's a no-brainer. Just look at how sophisticated this service is. It shows you where your passwords, social security numbers, addresses, even credit card numbers are leaked on the dark web. It's just $19 per individual and $5 per family member you add to the plan. And to all viewers of this video, Ryan is giving you a 15% discount if you use code TommyG. Link is in my pinned comments. I highly recommend you use this.
Do not plug your phones into certain public outlets. And try not to tap to pay for everything. Try to have some type of cash.
The dark web?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of marketplaces on the dark web.
Can you show us what they look like?
Oh yeah. So I mean, I'm just gonna look it up as if I've never seen it, because that's genuinely, I don't know of any good ones right now, but we're about to find out.
Because that's where you can buy people's credit cards. That's where you can buy guns.
Thank you, Slick, by saying that publicly on camera.
Yeah.
You can buy an organ online.
I mean, essentially, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of different services that claim you can buy a lot of things. So I know for sure, guns, drugs, unfortunately, children, some adults.
You literally buy humans online?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty bad.
So you fight child trafficking. How do you go about doing that?
I got this text message from my friend's wife. It was a website that was on the clear web, and it was talking about people that were, really interested in children in a horrible way, which is like the nicest way I can put that. The goal was to just DDoS their website, which is a very simple, basic attack to just hold their server down. And I knew I could pull that off bare minimum. And
which is basically crashing their website?
Yeah. I was able to exfiltrate all of their users and their entire database. Then digging deeper into that database, I found there were 4 other databases that they had backed up from previous websites. The first user in the database was an administrator, and he was a politician who ran for Congress twice in Virginia named Nathan Larson.
One of the first guys that Ryan busted was a wannabe politician named Nathan Larson.
Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. And it's a blessing that he is using this. We don't know whatever else he does behind closed doors. But from what we're getting out of this video, tracking down, sex offenders and sex traffickers, I have no problem with. Hacking people who are, what do they call it? Swatting streamers and etc. If anyone that's using it for any good purposes, I don't have no problem with it. And I'll say it publicly. Unless it gets too deep where they're doing things they're not supposed to do, I wouldn't encourage that, because I wouldn't want anybody to go to jail.
This man did are too vile to describe on YouTube, but let's just say he was a PDF file advocate and ran a website that catered to other sick adults like himself. Ryan eventually got enough evidence of Nathan's actions that even O.J. Simpson wouldn't have been able to beat the case. But for some reason, both law enforcement and media decided to ignore it. Thankfully, karma found Nathan and he later perished in prison. Furthermore, this incident opened Ryan's eyes to the evil things happening online. He realized there were kids out there that needed protection, and this launched Ryan onto a path that would lead to many, many PDF files being brought to justice.
I talked to 11 different reporters. They all were very excited to run this story. I had it in detail. All 11 of them came back to me individually and told me that their legal team was not willing to run it in various ways. And then 6 months later, he got arrested in Denver, Colorado with a 12-year-old girl. That broke my heart. It really genuinely did, because I felt like something could have been done about that, until I started catching them locally around here with a friend, a professional MMA fighter, Dustin Scrappy Lampros. It worked out, and it got the word out there to people that this is a real issue.
Should we be concerned about the power of the Chinese and the infiltration they have in this country?
I think that it's a legitimate concern, yeah. Cyber attacks, I think it's going to be, if not already, the modern...
I can guarantee with China's preparing for the U.S., they're not playing. Whatever their next move is going to be, it's not going to be bombs, dead bodies. They're going to hit it where America loves it the most, and that is our technology, and it's going to affect billions of people.
China has some seriously crazy hackers, and they're very powerful.
As we were in the middle of editing this video, a cyber attack occurred. In what's being called a major breach, Chinese state-sponsored hackers were apparently able to infiltrate the U.S. Treasury cloud storage and steal documents at will. The Chinese have, of course, denied the allegations, but between Chinese cyber attacks and the unusual drone and weather balloon activities, it seems like the Chinese are testing us, leading me to wonder, when it comes to the world of cyber warfare, who has the upper hand, us or them?
Most people will recognize this as a...
I will say, sleeping on China, it's not a good thing. They are 100% planning something.
Garage door opener.
If that makes sense.
It's pretty straightforward. Opens and closes a garage. And my garage door is a rolling code system. So every time you hit the button, it sends a different code. Like the old school ones had these things called dip switches, and that would be a static code that always stayed the same. And if you captured that signal, it would always work. So I'm going to take the rolling code from this garage door clicker, which is going to put it out of sync, and I'm going to have forever access to my garage door by just clicking this button. So if I hit frequency analyzer, I figure out what frequency this is. It says 390, right? Bring it to 390, and then I'm going to hit it again. And you see how it just says security plus here? So if I save this, well, I'll just keep it up for now. So hold this so you know I'm not using anything. I hit send. Garage is closing. Hit it again. Opening. Hit it again. So now every single time I have forever access to this garage, but now,
What?
Tommy, you hit the button and show that it's not gonna work. It's the left button.
What?
You have to click it as many times as I click this to get it back in sync. There you go. So now it's back in sync with this. So that is a rolling code that changes every time, but now the flipper is in sync with the garage. Everybody's got a garage door with an entrance to their house, and how many of you keep that door locked? I'm sure not many.
To see if his tactics really work,
If there's a will, there's a way. If someone is struggling, they're desperate, and they're a professional hacker, just like him, and if there was 100 people, and then 100 people teach 10 people each.
We took him to the Pompano Beach Hood to see him in action at a barbershop off of MLK Drive. Is this your first time hacking in the hood?
No, I grew up around the hood, but
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be my first time around a bunch of random people just trying to show them things. I don't know. We'll see.
Sir,
You know, you
do
wanted
I
to say
see what
black
this guy
people.
has in his backpack? He's got some
This thing right here looks like a radio, right?
Yes, sir.
I could find airplanes with that. I can open a car with that. I could open
You
your
guys
garage.
want to see
your
some
house.
wild shit? What's up, brother? So he's
He's
one of the top
live.
computer hackers in the country. What's up, brother? So he's got some shit.
Man, I'm Ryan. Nice to meet you. I can grab a credit card through a wallet. I could show that too. But yeah, so.
What?
You know, I don't know if that's RFID blocking or not, but let's say it wasn't. So you would just go up to somebody, and then boom, there's his whole credit card number.
Paul, let. We'll blur that. We'll blur that.
Yeah.
So
What?
we could get both sides of the story.
Yeah.
Why are you a good hacker when there's more money and, you feel me, non-ethical hacking or whatever
So
you
that's a
gotta call
good
it?
question.
Good question.
I did both sides. I was on both sides, and I found out that being on the right side, I do make a lot more money. So honestly, owning a cybersecurity company, doing things like I'm able to hack banks, I'm able to hack governments, I'm able to hack, Walmart, NASA, Amazon, Uber. They're gonna pay way bigger, man.
Talk to him. This dude's the John Wick of hacking. He's letting you know, yes, I might be on the light side, but I still have a pass. So don't tempt me.
Walmart, NASA, Amazon, Uber. They're gonna pay way bigger, man.
To clarify, what Ryan is referring to is called white hat hacking. These are good hackers that companies can hire to test their cybersecurity so they can expose the openings in their system and make their security tighter. So
That's
yes,
genius.
you can get paid to ethically hack major companies. So what the hell is this?
So this is called a hack
That is
RF.
so
These things are
genius.
wild. Without it's like a radio. Like obviously like the best way I can explain it is it's a radio that has a range from like really, really low to really, really high. So
whatever he was saying to his baby mom in the car, you heard it?
I mean, it depends on how it's talking.
Possible shit, bro.
So let's look. So right here we can look at airplanes.
Yo.
I see one.
In all honesty, that type of device has been used for decades. Like listening, like, you know, some police officers are, you know, tapping into others, you know, to get information to see when certain drug deals is going to take place, or, you know, they're surveilling someone that's under investigation. So stuff like that has been out for a while.
One over there.
Yeah, I'm pulling a lot more than one. So you see we got all these different planes. These are their call signs. That's what the airplane is. Like the one that, these are planes in the sky right
Holy
near
shit,
us.
bro.
So if I
Y'all
click
seeing
one,
this, bro?
so if I click one of these, it tells me, look, that's a JetBlue flight. We're seeing its actual altitude and its exact position on the GPS moving right now. Their speed, and we can click and watch it on the map.
But like, what's something bad you could do with this?
All right, so let's do. You got a key fob on you?
Shit. Like car keys?
Yeah, that's fine. All right, hit the lock button on there. You see that pop up?
What the
You
hell?
click it again, you'll see it pop up again.
So it's like a signal.
Yeah, so I'm capturing that signal. I don't know if it's on exactly the right frequency, but every time you click it, you'll see that line pop up. And I could be saving that, and as long as you're far enough away from your car, that code will work in the future, and I can go unlock.
You can unlock my car
Exactly.
and steal it.
Yeah, exactly.
So for example,
Yeah.
if I get out the car right here, say for example I'm going into this house.
Yep.
And I go lock my car like everybody else does, you know, before they leave their car somewhere. All you have to do is be standing right here and capture that signal, and as soon as I walk in that door, you can drive off with my shit.
Not drive off, but definitely open your doors.
Okay.
I mean, you want to see one more thing?
All right,
What does
yeah.
this look like?
A charger.
Yeah, feel it. Tell me this is no different than. I put this orange thing on there just so I know. That's how good it is.
This looks like my speaker charger that I use in the bathroom.
Yeah, but I'll tell you that is very dangerous. What you have in your hand right there.
What can I do?
What is
so our government, the NSA, had a version of that. It was $20,000 for one cable.
20,000.
Yep. And I have a friend that started making these cables, and they have computers in them. There's an entire computer in there. And when I plug it in, if you want to use your phone, I'll do it. But I can do my own phone. I can make it type at 800 characters per second.
Do it for the content.
All right.
You have to look into my baby's eyes and promise not to take his social security number.
I won't take it. So now, if I go to Wi-Fi here, OMG now comes up. So now it's your phone's powering that cord.
So this right here is the actual network that's coming from
the cable. And then now I'm waiting for it to assign an IP address, which you'll see that happen. It'll be .1, .4 when it does.
Wow.
Just give it a second. I'm just gonna hit this button. Oh, you got. And then it's
The
gonna
power in one person. It's a power that many have.
What the?
I'll do it again. Watch. See how fast that types?
And he's doing this from you doing this from
I
your
can do
phone.
it. Watch. I can do it from over here. Clear it out. Make sure it's clear. Tell me when you're ready. You ready?
Yeah, nah.
Next, I had my friend, Florida rapper J Dirty, pull up, and he takes us into his favorite barbershop to up the ante and see what Ryan is capable of in a live situation.
Wow. Wicked.
Good to see you.
I think he just really enjoys and loves the sheer fact of him being able to do what many others can't do.
How are you?
I'm good. What's happening? What's up, my boy?
Good to see you.
Yeah, you know it for sure. This your boy Jay Dirty, but I stay clean sometime.
Yeah. So Jay, me Ryan.
What's up, man? Yeah, we'll do it.
Have you ever met a computer hacker before?
No, I ain't never met one.
This guy can do some crazy shit.
Yeah, I seen him on a thing, but he do it for the good, though.
I guess you want to show him some gadgets and see what you can do?
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know where to start. I don't want to.
You got any way you can make that short motherfucker taller?
Yeah. You know, we can do something basic first. I mean, we can do the TV. I can do it right off the mirror.
Do it.
Yeah.
Off the mirror.
Off the muscle.
I'll turn the TVs up. I'm gonna turn them all the way up.
Not them having Charleston White on it.
Turn it off. Let me turn that volume down. Yeah, let me turn it down.
Hey, if he hacks you, you guys are gonna call the feds, right?
Nah, they definitely
So
won't.
yeah, this is just controlling them. Let's see if I can turn that air conditioner off. Let's see. Oh, it's off.
Turn off the air conditioners.
You ever seen anyone do anything like this before?
Oh, man.
So this right here.
Imagine being hot on a summer day and you piss him off. Mind you, it's him causing this problem.
It's gonna.
Hit it, GDs and BDs too.
Oh boy.
I don't know what that means. So if I turn this on though.
Oh boy.
The mic went out too.
Okay. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that.
This is like a minor EMP strike.
It is. So I turned it off. Now it's back on.
His servers got taken out. Their servers got taken out. My servers got taken out. Did he take your servers out?
No, I'm back on.
You're back on, but he did
Dang.
take you out. This man's like a goddamn
This is
terrorist,
fun.
huh?
It's
You also
like
have
a lot of
service that
fun
can
if you know what
protect
you're
people
doing.
from getting hacked, right?
So it's preventative. So what happens is you enter your identity into the platform, like your name, your email, your phone number, your address, everything you possibly can give to us. We'll identify everything that's out there on the dark web on you and your emails and passwords, social security numbers, credit cards, everything about you, and we'll show it all on your dashboard. And then we'll see where all of that data is in public record, and we'll remove it from all the public records, record locations possible.
To all viewers of this episode, you actually get a discount to get this to make you safe on the web. I mean, this is like, okay, if
Tommy G hacking the hacker. Gotta love it.
Tiger Woods was teaching golf lessons, that's the equivalent of this guy with computer security. I mean, it's a no-brainer. For one final test, I bring Ryan to my...
What I mean by hacking the hacker, that sponsorship wasn't just for free. I know it wasn't.
Airbnb, and he shows in a brilliant way how someone you let in your house, let's say it's a repairman or a friend of a friend, can easily start to crack your passwords or even know whether you're home or not. Here's what he did.
And this is unbelievable. So there's going to be a network called Ulbricht. You see that? So if I click Ulbricht, now I'm connected to this light bulb right here. What this thing did is as soon as I screwed this in here and plugged it into power, which this could be in the bathroom, this could be in a bedroom, no one's going to detect this light bulb. It's not only connected to Wi-Fi, it's capturing all of the traffic. Well, even though it doesn't have the password, from this light bulb, I can determine, let's say I know that this one right here is an iPhone. If that disappears, I know you're not home anymore. So then I can come in the house. All I need to do is get this light bulb in. What do you think about that?
To me, what strikes me is just, I mean, that's what I think is amazing about a hacker, is how subtle things can be. That you have no idea that any...
I know this video is almost finished, but am I the only person that doesn't like to go into Airbnbs, motels, and hotels because you feel like you're always being watched?
Anything that's going on.
If people want to get, if they want to just, get inspired in the cybersecurity space, I would recommend starting with the Sean Ryan Show. Obviously, my Instagram and TikTok, but mostly Instagram is where I post the most.
RP TikTok.
I put out little clips like this gadget does this, or be careful of this. And if I don't teach people how to do things in those videos, but I show you what that, the concept. And if you want to learn about it, then you're more than capable of learning on your own. But I just make a point to not teach people how to commit crimes. I just let them know that they exist.
All right, folks. So that was an inside look into the world of hacking. Stay safe out there. Do yourself a favor. Click that link in the description.
All right, I guess this video is pretty much over. I was reacting to this video for a very long time. More of the story is be aware and try to be careful on the information that you have on your devices. Protect yourselves. Let me know in the comments. Stay humble. I'll see you on the next one.